Hey everybody, I'm Drew. Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to build the Hobby Boss 1/48 scale Messerschmitt Me-262 A-1A. And it's a not bad kit. There were some issues with it, but I think it turned out pretty well. So stay with me till the end and see the results. As usual, we're going to get going with the cockpit. Okay, so that's the cockpit tub. I'm going to let it all dry for a while, and then I'm going to, I'll come back later when I paint these other parts and put them all together. I'm going to paint everything, basically, all of this is going to be in RLM 66 black gray, and so what I'm going to do is prime everything, including these firewall parts, and there's also some decals that go on the instrument panel, so I'll do all that. But I want to basically leave this as is for now, and then I'll come back, and when I prime and paint, I'm going to do all of these on the sprue, and then put it all together once it's all painted. But while that's drying, I'm going to work on the machine guns, because that's the next step, is to put the machine gun base together, which is really cool, because you got 4 machine guns total. These two right here, machine gun 1, they go on the ends of this, basically the machine gun bay. And by the way, you're going to be able to, you have an option of opening up the machine gun bay, so I want to make that look really cool. And then the shell casing chutes, the ones on the end are small, and so basically they're painted silver. And so this is, so you basically, for machine gun 1, you make 2. Okay, and I got all the parts laid out right here, so I just got to put all these together. I will paint the chutes separate because they're going to be silver, so I'll just leave those on the sprue and paint them. And then, yeah, so machine gun 1, it shows you right here. So machine gun 1, and really the difference is that it has the small chute, because it doesn't have very far to go, because it's going to be on the ends of the bottom of the machine gun bay housing. And this is what it looks like right here. Let's see. I believe that's it right there, that part there. And yeah, so I'm going to put those together. And so you make 2 of these, and then you make machine gun 2 and machine gun 3. Machine gun 2 goes on this side because the chute is coming out this way. And then machine gun 3, you just make sure you got to make sure you put them in the right spot, because machine gun 3, the chute's on the right side of the machine gun, and it's going to go on the other side. So, or excuse me, machine gun 2. Okay, I'm getting confused myself. Machine gun 2 right here. There it is. And then machine gun 3 is going to go, it points out right here, it's going to go on this side because the chute comes out the right side, so it's going to be on the right side. So looks pretty cool. And then we'll get everything together. But I'm going to get those machine guns together, and then looks like I'm going to get everything ready for priming. There's going to be a lot of, basically the cockpit tub is RLM 66, and then all of the interior is going to be RLM 02. As you can see here, RLM 02, like the firewalls, and also on the inside of the fuselage half. So, you know me, I'd like to paint everything together and try to get everything, all the colors done at the same time if I can. And so, yeah, so once I get this done, get everything primed, and we'll start building up the interior. Yeah, so far it is going together really well, so I'm really happy with that. So let's get these machine guns together here. So we're going to basically 1/2 to 1/2, and just double check. Yep. So this is, and there are locator pins, and so it should be idiot proof, but that doesn't ever work for me sometimes. Just like that. So what I'll do is I like to add a little bit of glue to add a little bit of glue to this, to the pinholes. Just give it a little. And then I'm going to take this top part, N5, and if you look here, it's going to go this way, and that's going to set. It's got a nice, again, a nice locator hole, so I'll just put some glue right there, and there we go. Okay, just like that. And again, I'll keep the chutes separate. I'll paint those separately. So I'll get these all put together, and we'll get ready for painting those as well. These are the radial boxes that go on the inside of the fuselage. They will probably never be seen, and you can get away with leaving them off, but I think they're kind of neat, so I built them. They do fit great. Everything has nice locator pins, and you know it's there, but they'll never see the light of day. The way it goes sometimes. And I'm going to start painting some parts. So first we'll prime everything with Badger Stynylrez Gray. Then I'll paint the interior parts that are going to be RLM 66 right here with the Vallejo. And then once I get done with that, I'll paint the parts that are going to be RLM 02 gray. Same thing with Vallejo paints. And I'm going to paint the machine guns with some Vallejo Model Color Gunmetal Gray. And you got to thin this stuff down with some airbrush thinner and some flow improver, and it works great. And as you can see, it turned out pretty nice. Now I'm going to be attaching these spent shell casing chutes to the machine guns, and these, as the machine guns eject the spent shell casings, these chutes take them down through the nose and out through the bottom of the fuselage. Okay, so things have been going really well up until this point. So I had a lot of fit issues here, even though there's some really nice locator tabs, mounting pins. The problem was, I believe the metal part was a little bit too big, and it just didn't fit right. So I had a really hard time closing up the nose. Had some pretty big gaps. I kind of detailed this more on the last video that I posted, a bench update. If you want to go back and take a look at that, it'll be in the description as well, and at the end on an end screen. But yeah, I think this metal part maybe a little bit too big. So I ended up having to basically take it all apart again after trying to get it together, trimming some stuff, shaving some stuff, to finally get this to fit where I didn't have a huge gap in front. But that's really the biggest flaw of this kit is the front nose, and so kind of a downer. Well, I did finally get the fuselage halves together, using a lot of force and super glue. But I'm going to move on to the wings while the fuselage halves dry. And this is pretty straightforward here. So you got some pieces that go. They're actually part of the landing gear bay, but these are going to. This piece here is going to fit in the middle of the wing assembly, and yeah, so this goes together pretty well. All right, time to start assembling the engines. And it's pretty straightforward, but there's a lot of little pieces here that leave seam lines, so you got to scrape them off and sand them a little bit. The engine nacelles themselves left some little gaps, and also seam lines that needed to be scraped and sanded smooth. Otherwise, it was okay. Just needs a lot of work here. Sometimes this is a little bit finicky just to get everything lined up right. But I got them together, cleaned up the seams, did a little filling here and there, and then I attached them to the wings. I didn't get that footage, but I did need to use a little bit of Vallejo plastic putty, kind of like wing roots, but where they attach the wings, they leave a little gap. So just filled that in with some Vallejo plastic putty. Got them on, took care of any sanding I needed to do, and then I primed the model with Badger Style Res Gray again, and moved on to painting. And I'm just using Vallejo Model Air again. This is RLM 76, and this is the light blue. So just painting the underside and part of the side of the fuselage and the tail in order to do the camouflage later. So once it's had time to dry, I masked it off, and basically I didn't want to get any overspray or any paint coming underneath, and so I masked it off. And I'm going to be using Vallejo Model Air paints for the RLM 82 light green and the RLM 75 gray violet. And this particular plane that I'm building did not have splinter camouflage. So there are no hard edges. It was all, at least according to the instructions, it's pretty soft, and basically it's probably done in the field. So I'm just gonna basically freehand this. So I'm gonna start with the green and do some mottling. I am using the pattern from the instruction sheet as best as I can, but just have some fun with it. I like doing this, so it's a lot of fun, especially when you freehand. Just thin your paint a little bit, turn the air down, and practice first on I like to practice on a paint mule just to get the trigger right. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. Do the green, and then I'll come back and fill in with RLM 75 gray violet. Okay, so I've got it done painting. I had to fix this. The windscreen didn't fit right. It left a ugly looking gap, and it was raised up a little bit, so I had to take it off, shave down some parts inside to get it fit correctly, and then of course I had to fill it with some putty and sand it. So I repainted this area here, so I think it looks a little bit better, but there we go. So put some gloss varnish on it, and I'm ready for decals. And you can see, you know, I think it's looking okay. So Hobby Boss gives you the halves for the tail symbol. You know what I'm talking about. You can join them up. However, I have purchased quite a while ago a decal set from Kit's World, Warbirds decals, and it is basically every German aircraft, every scale, tail markings, swastika. All right, so look on here. Here is the Me-262 148 scale. So I'm going to be using those instead of those little half ones and join them up. So I'll be using those for the tail, and otherwise I'm going to get going on this. So I'll get the decals on, and we'll see you in a little bit. So I put the decals on. They were okay. Just didn't film that. So I gave everything a coat of satin varnish. Now I'm using some Flory clay-based washes to enhance the panel lines. And as you see, this is I just basically mixed black and light dirt to make a gray wash. And on the top side, I darkened it up a little bit by adding some more black because it's a little bit darker on top. And basically just let it dry and then wipe it off with a moist towel. You have to use some cotton swabs to get the nooks and crannies. And then basically it's time to start finishing up this kit. So I'm going to get the landing gear ready, gluing the gear doors on here using some super glue. And yeah, we're almost at the end. So the kit comes with these little rockets, and these are rocket-assisted takeoff, or RATOs, and not all Me-262s used them, but I think they're cool. They came with the kit, so it also covers up that ugly step that I had in there. But yeah, so we'll get the wheels on, and just a few more bits and bobs, and I will call this kit done. forgot to paint the pitot tube, so I'm going to have to paint it by hand once it dries. And so I'm going to attach these doors to the machine gun compartment, and yeah, it fit okay. I mean, because the whole front end was kind of messed up, things just didn't fit right. So I'm just using some super glue to attach the rods here that hold them open. Then I'm going to unmask the windscreen, get all that unmasked, paint the wing lights, and we will be done.